Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be another video in my Battle of the Drugstore series, and we are going to be talking about brow products. So let's go ahead and dive in. I will link my whole Battle of the Drugstore playlist down below if you want to see that. But let's go ahead and dive in. So the first one I want to talk about is by NYX, and that is actually the one I have on my brows today. This was one of my favorites that I tried. This is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Brow Contour. So this has a normal, your normal brow pencil on this side, and then on this side it has a highlight little stick. As far as the highlight stick goes, it's a nice highlight stick. It's creamy, it's highlighty, it's a nice highlight stick. But for me personally, I don't love having it on the end of my brow product. I mean, it is nice, it's a 2-in-1, but I really would rather have a spoolie on this side because I use a spoolie every single day and I don't, highlight under my brows every single day. So I would rather have a spoolie and just have a separate product to highlight under my brows. But if you do highlight every day and you don't really care about a spoolie, then definitely this is your product. And then as far as the actual brow side, the tip is a little bit thick for my liking. That sounds really sexual, but it's a little bit thicker than I normally like. I really like a nice thin, easy to just get those light, wisps of hair. So this is just a tiny bit thick for my liking, but it still works. I still like it. Again, it is one of the favorites that I did try, so I do really like it. The formula of this is really nice. Just watch a bit. This is a shade, I didn't tell you the shade. This is in the shade Soft Brown. The shade is really nice for me as well. But the formula of the actual brow pencil is absolutely perfect. It's what I look for in a brow pencil. It's creamy, but not too creamy. It's waxy to where it's going to stay in place all day, but it's not too waxy to where it drags and it's hard to fill in your brows. It's just the perfect amount of waxy to creaminess. So I really do like this product. Again, I just wish that there was a spoolie on the end, and I wish the tip was just a little bit smaller. All right, the next one is by Revlon, and this is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil. I have mine in the shade Dark Brown, and this is definitely one of the least favorite ones that I tried. I might have gotten a shade too dark, so that might be part of my problem. But the one thing that I really hate about this is the tip is way too big. It's bigger than the NYX one, and I just don't like the shape of it at all. It's just too big and weirdly shaped. Another thing I don't like about this, it is way too creamy. It's not waxy enough at all. There's just no way to use a light hand with this. It just comes off looking so dark, so bad. There's just no way to make this look good, in my opinion. I played around with it for quite a while, and again, I probably got it too dark of color for me, but I think if I had gotten a lighter one, it's still, the formula is just going to be way too creamy for my liking. I do like it does have a spoolie on the end, but the tip of this guy, not a fan. The next one is by Maybelline, and this is the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo, and this is in the shade Deep Brown. This is another one that I really liked. It's a little bit different from what I normally go for, but on one side it has your normal brow pencil, and I really like the size of this tip. It's really small. Just makes it really easy to do those really light strokes to make it look like your actual eyebrow hair. And then the other side is a powder, which is really different. I've never used a powder. I've used an eyeshadow type powder to fill in my brows, but I've never used a powder like this to fill in my brows, and I actually really like it. It's really just natural looking. I see myself using this a lot on days that I just don't want to do a lot. It's right here, but I want a little something in my brow, but nothing that looks super unnatural. It just looks super natural and just absolutely gorgeous. I really like the brow powder on this side, and I really like the brow pencil on this side. This is a great little duo. I wish that I could have a third limb and I could put a spoolie on it, because I love a brow pencil with a spoolie, but I do really like having the powder on one side. It is kind of fun and different. So I did really like this product. Next one is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I have mine in the shade Brunette. I'm not going to talk about this because I've talked about this so much on my channel. It's my holy grail brow pencil. I've gone through so many of these. It's just, in my opinion, the perfect everyday brow pencil, nothing fancy. It's just a great brow pencil. Absolutely love this. The next one is by Ulta. I hope this counts as a drugstore, but this is the Ulta Slim Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I like the size of the tip. The tip size is really similar to the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, but the formula of this is just not the same. It's too creamy, and it almost like makes my brows stick together and like look just really weird. It's just too creamy. It's not waxy enough. I don't know, something's missing. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like how it makes my brows look. Just not a fan of this product. Next one is by Physicians Formula, and this is the Physicians Formula Feather Brow Fiber and Highlighter Duo. So this is another one that has the highlight on one side and the like feather powder on the other side. So as far as the highlight goes, the highlight is pretty. It's a little bit like, I don't know how to describe it, streaky almost. Like it leaves like blank lines in the swatch. Does that make sense? Probably not gonna be able to tell on camera. It's swatched right there. But this type of highlighter is something that I'm not gonna want to use personally for under my brows. I want like a matte highlight and then I'll go over it with an eyeshadow. But this is like a shimmer. You know, this just personally for me is not what I would use under my brows. If you would like it for under your brows and like to have it in like a stick form like this, then this is gonna be your product. But for me personally, this is not the type of highlighter that I want for under my brows. And then as far as the powder part goes, not good. It's so messy. Like I'm not even gonna take this out because it just like it goes everywhere. It's way too pigmented. Like there's no way to have a light hand. I just, when I used this, my eyebrows just looked absolutely insane. Like seriously, it was horrible. I do not recommend this product at all. Shape of the wand was funky. I just all bad. Did not like that one bit. And then I have another one from NYX, and this is the NYX Eyebrow Gel. This is kind of an odd product to me. I'm guessing that this is supposed to be kind of like a pomade in that sense. How I used it is I just like kind of squeezed it out on an angled brush and brushed it through my brows. I think this is meant for people that like don't have any brows because it's a lot. I'm guessing it's supposed to be like a pomade kind of. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of, sorry, my cat tail. But that's kind of how I took it to be. So for me, it just did not look good. It was too pigmented. It was too much because I already have pretty dark and thick eyebrows as it is, so I don't really need this. But if you have really thin eyebrows and you need a lot of, you know, coverage and stuff like that, I think that you might really like this. But for me personally, it was not a good choice. It did stay in place though for a really long time. Like it was super hard to get off, which for me was a bad thing because I didn't like how it looked. But if you know, need the extra coverage for your brows, then you might really like the fact that you can't get it off. So in that sense, it might be good. But again, it just for me personally, it wasn't a product for me. And then the next and the last one is by CoverGirl, and this is the CoverGirl brow and liner. This is another powder, and I'm super into powders, you guys. Like doing this video, trying out all these brow products made me super into powders. This one I loved, and then what was the other one? I loved the Maybelline one. I really like how these look. They're just super natural and beautiful. And if you already have thick and dark eyebrows like myself, but you just want like a little something, like these products are just perfect. Gunther, this is what this wand looks like. It's just super tiny, and it just makes it really easy to get in there and do those soft strokes to make it look like, you know, little brow hairs. I am a huge fan of this one as well. All right, so my 4 favorites out of this whole video, the 4 that I would definitely recommend is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, cat, the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo. That was the one with the powder on one side and then the normal pencil on the other side. The CoverGirl, what are you called? Brow and liner powder, the last one I just talked about, and then the first one I talked about, which was the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Brow Contour. Definitely love these 4. Top favorites for sure. Really impressed with them. All right, guys, well, that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.